Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I was 12 years old when Y2K hit, and I remember it was an exciting time for me because I didn't really think very much about all the trouble it could cause. I thought that it would just be a fun time of change and partying and, enjoying the different ways of life and all that. And I remember one of the problems that could come up on Y2K was that if computers thought it was 1900 would not be a leap year, and that puzzled me. 1900 is divisible by 4, and then I learned that it's actually not every 4 years. We actually have to exclude a few years, and that comes from the fact that a year is not exactly a whole number of days. Now, where it gets really interesting is that the definition of days and years gets kind of tricky when you think about it. So the Earth technically doesn't rotate once around its axis every 24 hours, because as it's rotating, it's also revolving around the sun at the same time, right? A little bit less than a degree every day. And so you need a few more minutes to catch up to where the sun is. So that's what we call a day in our everyday language. We actually are talking about the mean solar day. How long does it take the sun to return to the same position in the sky from one day to the next, right? And what we call a year, we actually mean a tropical year. And the reason for that is that as the Earth goes around the sun is also revolving around the center of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way itself is also moving. So there's actually multiple definitions of years depending on your reference point. But what we probably care about is how many mean solar days there are in a tropical year, and that number is 365.24217. So we get out our calculator. Our current system has us having 365 plus a leap day every 4 years, and then we subtract out a leap day every 100 years, and then we add in another leap year every 400 years. That's why the year 2000 was a leap year. So we have on average 365.2425 days in our calendar year on average. So we're overestimating by some number, right? So let's subtract out 24217. This is how much we need to take away. Take the reciprocal of that. We need to take away a day every 3030 years. So one thing we could do is, since every 400 years is a leap year, we could make every 3200 years a non-leap year. So the year 3200 might not be a leap year. Anyways, so hopefully one of our viewers will live long enough to see if I'm predicting 3200 will not be a leap year. But of course, the other problem is that the length of the day and year could change, right? When we had the big earthquake in Japan, the length of the day shrunk a little bit, if I remember correctly. Various events. Maybe a Taylor Swift concert where people jumping up enough will cause the day or year to change as well, right? Also likely is that, believe it or not, every time we send something to Mars, the Earth recoils a little bit, right? I think the biggest impact was Cassini. It was one of the heaviest spacecraft we ever launched. We launched Cassini toward Venus, believe it or not. And so the Earth recoiled and went a little bit faster, making the year a little bit shorter. But then Cassini flew past Earth a few years later, and the Earth slowed down. So who knows what the net effect is, right? So this is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.